What's happening, guys? What's popping? Rare ones. I hope you're looking after yourselves. So I'm going to dive straight into it. On today's joint, Fatimo, thank you so much. I saw your comment, and thank you guys for those who keep commenting, and also the new subscribers. I appreciate it so much. Thanks, guys. Instagram tends to be beating YouTube right now. I don't know why. So do me a favor, like, share, and blitz this thing out. Come on, just share it. But on today's topic, you know what it's like today whenever the subject of relationship comes up on various social media platforms. It's like a versus. TikTok, Instagram, everywhere, Twitter, name it. It's like we're button heads constantly. The women don't want to listen to the men, and the men are saying, hold on, something's not right. That's why we're not playing ball, and nobody's listening to each other. Communication problem right there. Majority of you want to get married. You can't find husbands, right? And let me just say this. I'm not trying to appeal to anybody here. I'm going to be brutally honest. So if you like it, cool. If you don't, please excuse yourself. Because many times we want people, we want to hear truth, but the way we like it. Well, if you've been hearing things the way you like them, and you haven't made the required change, that means something is not working. It's either you're not being actually given the raw truth that you need, or it's being delivered incorrectly. So, men are speaking. Men are highlighting the things that we've been dealing with, the things we didn't even know. When social media was not rampant, we couldn't have had the level of delusion that we're witnessing these days that's being exposed on social media platforms. These were conversations that women held amongst themselves, in your sisterhoods, in your sister circles, in your WhatsApp groups and your sororities. These were things that you people peddled amongst yourselves, you sold to yourselves. But thanks to social media, right, we have information at our fingertips. So that every time one of you goes out to do something stupid, guess what? And we go, oh wow, is that really what they think when they do these things that they do? We're learning. And we will never stop learning. We're very logical people. So keep going by your feelings and keep feeding us fact. Point of this is, I am not here to deliver your truth the way that you like it, because if you were not wise or smart enough to figure it out by now and you need to hear it, then you're gonna hear it our way, the men's way. Guess what? We're not saying it. I'm not saying the men's way because we want to impose our tone on you. No, it means that your female way, that way you want to hear it, is the same way that the lies have been sold to you. For us to actually trigger change, for us to disrupt that system, that delivery of nonsense, the jargon that you people have been fed, the lies, consistent lies, we have to disrupt the flow of information. We have to send you, when a car, right, breaks down, or a car is not starting because the battery is flat, you have to jump start it. So the delivery that you people are getting from us is to jump start you people, for those that would actually listen, because that's a big problem. So if you're gonna come here and be like, oh, I like what you're saying, but the delivery, guess what? It's not gonna change. It's not going to change. With that in mind, I am now jumping into relationship subjects. It's a very big area. We are failing to witness as much change as required. We are not seeing the change that's required. And I wonder why. Because certainly men are saying our piece. We're trying now. We're becoming more vocal. There are various podcasts, various handles you can go to, and you would actually hear what we think. Most of you complain we don't speak our minds, we never tell you what's going on in our heads. Well, we're telling you now what you're getting wrong, but you people are not taking it on board. And as a result, this idea that anybody can do anything, be anything, and it will all go well for you, which is a very big fat lie, well, and those of you living that life actually can tell, you can testify for yourselves, aka you want a man, you can't get one because you're living your life, living your best life. Fair enough, but you're not about to come ruin men's lives with your stupid, silly decisions that you've made for yourself. without actually thinking about them properly. So here's the thing. I want to know what you people think is going wrong. I have ideas from experience, through talking with other people. There are evidence upon evidence on reasons why it's going so wrong, why many single ladies in this day and age cannot find or keep men, cannot keep relationships going. You're jumping in and out. And the city girl and hot girl summer lifestyle, they're living on the edges. If you ask yourselves, why has your way not worked? Because nobody can tell you your truth. You can lie to everyone, pretend all you want, mask your failings as much as you want, wear the best costumes. I call it costume because some of you think the wearing luxurious or expensive apparel proves anything. Okay, that's good, pleasing to the eye, but it cannot mask the truth. You can wear all the makeup in the world and all the fake hair and nails and all of that stuff and put on that shebang look, but it cannot hide the truth. That truth, you can't mask it. So certainly, after or at the point of realization that your way isn't working, do you people ask yourselves why? And when you ask why, do you listen to understand the complaints that men have been giving you freely these days, highlighting what's going wrong, what you're doing wrong, why they don't have confidence in you? Because what you're witnessing with the level of single ladies out here today is an expression of lack of confidence from men in you ladies. Society has almost set men up to fail, and we go into relationships at losses. And the one true person that we look to at least support, not be the sole provider, but support our peace of mind, has become the biggest ammunition that tears us apart, that ruins us. Look at suicide rates, homelessness, a lot of things. We can go on and on. But the question I'm asking is, at the point of realization that your ways, what you've been sold through feminism, since you have now realized, or if you have realized that it hasn't worked for you, it isn't working, do you ask yourself the necessary questions? Why you have failed regardless. You have more freedom these days to do anything, to get into any career, to become whatever you want to be. Yet, majority of you are not happy. You're not happy, and you can't find a husband, a man. You can't find somebody to be in a committed relationship with. If you find one, you ruin it. You self-sabotage. You destroy and terminate it before it even starts. Why? Do you ask why? And when you ask why, do you actually find out what the men are saying and listen to understand them so you can actually make the required change to then achieve the desired outcome that you seek? Because what I find is majority of you are not listening. For those who ask why, and those who voluntarily stumble, for those who stumble on voluntary information from men, you're not making the most of it. You're not listening. You're all ready to fire back, but you're not interpreting. You're not taking home the things that men are telling you people. What men are saying, you're not taking it home. You're too busy trying to still prove a point. I have had ladies get upset over a conversation that they had nothing factual about what they were saying. They were off the rails. But the reason that they think peace should reign is that the man should accept their response because they want to be right, not because they are right. Why can't I be right? But you're saying nonsense, my love. Nonsense doesn't make sense. That's why there is no sense in it, aka nonsense, right? There's so many stupid things that's going around. Like, you people are just like, oh, I'm gonna breathe out here. It's overwhelming. It's very overwhelming. So if you're asking yourself those questions, fine. What are you doing with the information that you have now at your fingertip? And if you're listening, are you listening to understand and then make changes? Are you even open to change? A lot of you are not flexible. You know, you're so inflexible. You just don't want to hear it. How dare you tell me? Don't tell me what to do. Don't correct me. I don't want your this, that. Hold on for a second. If only you people understood what love meant. You're the ones that preach about love and affection, yet you can't interpret it properly. Because what you're hearing, whenever somebody opens their mouth to give you a review of any sort, they are advising you. You're collecting, you're receiving, right, feedback that you haven't paid for. You might not even be worth it, but you're yet receiving it and incapable of interpreting it. So what do you do with it? You come and attack. It becomes a, men versus women thing. It's stupid. Now let me just say, I am not a feminist, will never be one. If you're a Christian, male, female, and you profess to be feminist, you're just against the God that you know that created you, right? It's written in the Bible, the role of a man and a woman. And everywhere we have it in society. Even the reason that relationships are failing today is because people have tried to actually overreach from what your innate nature and position of strength has apportioned you as your responsibility in any relationship through traditional relationship dynamic. Your people are trying to do what the other's role is. Therefore, it's falling apart because you were not created for that. Newsflash, you weren't built for that. So why do we keep trying? It's called madness. When you try something, it fails, and you keep going and butting your head at the same obstacle. It's called madness. Something is wrong. Go away and think. For a second, put a pause on your emotions, those butterfly and tingles that you want. That also misleads and misguides you on how to choose and screen the proper man, the right man for you. And I'm not saying right in the sense of materialistic fulfillment or all of that, but I mean the right person, a man who has principle, a man who has character, a man who's ambitious, a man who's driven, a man who understands responsibility, men that would be by you, men that can actually teach and guide you, a leader. That's what you need. But in this day and age, it's actually something else. It's about, oh yeah, he should level up his wallet just because you're making small peas. But that's another conversation anyway. Again, any way you look at it, I think there's just mass delusion out here. But you're not deprived, because the truth that you all seek is right in front of you. You're just incapable of understanding and interpreting it. You see, communication. Women are so big on communication, yet you are the number one people who fail at it. There's a saying that communication is a miracle of interpretation. You want men to communicate more. Men have started communicating, but you're failing to listen. You're not even understanding what we're saying. You don't even want to hear it anymore. How can somebody be made in such confusion or comfort? Like, how can somebody immerse themselves in such confusion or comfort? You can't certainly wife yourself, otherwise majority of you would have done it just to prove a point to us. You think we're scums? The first scum around you is your dad, your brother, your nephews, your cousins, and your granddad. Those are the established scums in your life. So when you come out in the open and disrespect men because one twat somewhere has done something, because you didn't actually look out for what you should look out for, or learn from men who could have guided you to screen and choose right, choose the men that you deal with right, you didn't learn from them, and then you go make a silly mistake, and then all of a sudden every man is now a scum. You fail to realize the evidences of the scums you talk about are the ones in your lives, because guess what, the rest of us in the world, we could not give a flying pin about you. The problem is not us. You have to start home. Start from within, because the answers you seek to find men is at your fingertip. We're throwing it out every day. This video is one of it. But I'm sure some of you will come here and get triggered and then just switch off. You will not listen. You will not listen. Communication. You think, you send your message, you listen to the response to understand it, and then you can then follow up. A lot of you claim that you have a masculine and feminine nature, which I don't. That thing is completely, it's so wrong and false. Like false couldn't be described any further. But if you yet have a masculine side to you, the masculine nature is very logical. When you hear these things that actually makes you feel triggered, do you sit down to dissect them and ask yourself, are you part of the people that this thing affects? Are you part of the people that exhibits this type of behavior that these men are complaining about? If you're not affected by it, it doesn't harm you. Move on. If it does, do something about it. But instead, you people sit on your high horses, wearing crowns that nobody has bestowed on you, claiming titles and labels that you barely even understand, let alone can actually conduct yourselves appropriately to match. First of all, majority of you these days, you have multiple personality disorders. The person we meet on the street is not the person we meet inside. That's called chameleon nature. You define yourselves by Mary Kays and the rest. You wear some apparel that gives you a bloated, overinflated ego and value and worth of yourself, when the inside, the real things that makes you a woman are all gone. You barely know them. You can't identify them. You've lost touch with your feminine nature. You don't even know yourselves. You don't care about yourselves. You are incapable of loving you. How dare you think you deserve someone's son? And in this day and age, the rare breeds whom somebody has invested effort and time into, they themselves have grown to invest time and effort into themselves to be who they are. And you think you deserve that guy? You want to body another life. You want another casualty, somebody, another victim that you're going to slay because of your looks and a pair of flesh sliced in the middle between your legs. Who the fuck are you to have such expectations? Have you asked yourself how many of such flesh and sliced body parts are out here? And that's why you people are losing. You people are like fish trying to swim on land. Fish is weak on sand. Your best place is to stay in the aquatic zone. Stay in water. Swim in your lane. You're coming out of water to come and brag and throw yourselves around. You'll get knocked the spark out every day after day. The losses haven't started. I am coming into this. Listen. Yeah. So to you feminists, to you hypocrites, to you people who refuse to listen and hear, do you. But guess one thing? We have woken up. We have woken and risen up, and we keep waking each other up by the day. We're not about to get to slumber anymore. Any idiot who wants to be a simp, aka the nice guy who doesn't want to offend anybody, who's a people person, he ain't got problem with people, well, guess what? This man right here, I say fuck the simps, fuck you all, and guess what? I am happy to ruffle your goddamn feathers because it will not fly. There's a job opening in each man's life. Through this job, he shares his vision, dreams, aspirations, and his purpose with you. Make yourself a good candidate for that role, or you fall to the streets, period. That's the only options you've got. You don't like it? Go get somewhere, just arrange a ceremony and wed yourselves. Simple as. Before jumping into this, I have taken my time. I have engaged people through dating apps in person. I've conducted my research in many ways. I have gone at it with girls in conversation. I have sat with girls too, had the truth, had the lies. I have witnessed it. I have empirical understanding of the shit I will be talking about. So guess what? I want to help you help yourself. Think of what I'm saying as this. I am telling you to know you, to love you, and to learn what's best for you. There's no more argument. Men have refused to argue with you lot anymore. We leave you to it, right? You want to play that? Okay, cool. Anyway, guys, if you find anything you want me to talk about on Instagram, TikTok, anywhere basically, on this relationship subject area or anything at large, actually, guys, just send me an email. My email is down there. Send me a DM or message me on TikTok. And please go follow me on TikTok and Instagram. Thank you so much. So far, my Instagram is beating the YouTube subscriptions. I'm a very straight man. I love women, and that's why I'm actually lending my voice to this thing. I know that actually majority of my subscribers so far now are female. So thank you guys for coming on board. I hope you do not chicken out on this and you can swallow this hard truth. I do not subscribe to any pill whatsoever. I am just a man who has identified a gap, and I think we can plug this gap by lending our voice to things, lending my voice to things, and we can collaboratively help each other. No man, they say, sees his back. You need someone else to shine that light to see what you can't see, and that's what I'm doing through this channel. So show some love. Like, share, subscribe, and when you click on the notification bell, select the all option so you know when I've uploaded stuff. So as a straight man who loves women, and I'm not about to switch or swing anyway, look after yourselves, gentlemen. Take no prisoners, and screen the people you allow into your lives, aka these ladies. You will learn a lot, and you also ought to learn to screen men. So until the next one, stay rare.